Greetings, travelers. I'm Enra and welcome to episode 49 of Glitchslapped by Enra. Now I know it's been a while since I dropped one of these episodes, but I simply didn't have anything new to share until now. The subject of today's episode is how to power any sized object. That's right, any sized object. Now, if you're not aware, when you use the size glitch to make objects with power points bigger, once you get over twice the size, the snap icon for the power point disappears. The point is still there, you just can't snap a wire to it. There are plenty of videos out there about how to get around this. Hell, I've made a few myself. But they all require advanced glitching and/or complex scaffolding. Then recently, a player named RastaLite showed me how they powered sized objects, and it was so easy and idiot-proof that I had to share it. So here we are on my demonstration platform. You can see I've got examples of several different sized pieces that require power, and they've all been sized to different degrees. Off to the side, here are my different sized bio-lanterns I used to glitch in the pieces. Now let's get to it. To start, you'll need a powered wire. I've got a powered point here at the corner of my platform, so we'll start by attaching a new wire to it and then pulling it towards the gas extractor. You want to place the other end of this powered wire below the connection point of the piece you're trying to power. You can tell you're directly below it by sliding the point along the floor, and once it starts to move upward instead of forwards, back it off slightly. Once this point is placed, connect the new wire to it and pull it up to the connection point, placing it centered on the connector right where the point should be. Now, as you can see, you've got a powered wire running directly into the connector of the piece, but the piece is not powered. So now you go back down to the connection point you just created right below the connector, snap a new wire to that connection point, and drag it up along your previous wire. You'll want to center this on the outside edge of the hitbox of your first wire tip. You can tell you're on the outside edge of the hitbox when, as you slide up the wire, the two wire points start to merge over each other. That means you're sliding your new wire on top of the hitbox of your old wire point. Back it off just a bit till it stops merging with your first wire point and place it. And what do you know? We've got a powered gas extractor. Now, I mentioned this works for every piece. So let's try a different piece. How about a mineral extractor? Let's move over there. Start just like we did last time by creating a powered connection point directly below the connection point of the mineral extractor. Then we attach a wire to this point, drag it up to the connection point on the mineral extractor, center it, and place it. Then we connect the second wire, pull it along the first wire, balancing it on the edge of the hitbox of the first wire point, place it, and again, powered mineral extractor. So this works, like I said, with any pieces. Let me go through a couple other demonstrations. We'll show a proximity switch and a light box. Now, as I've been playing around with this technique, I have to mention that there are two specific pieces that I have had trouble getting this to work with. Not quite sure why, but I have workarounds for both of them. So the two I can't get to work using this technique are the SRT and the power door. So for the SRT, the best way I've found is by placing your first wire, and then you simply pick up the SRT and place it back down. And through trial and error, you eventually find the spot where it powers up. I get lucky this time and find it within 3 or 4 tries. I've had it sometimes take me 10, 15 tries, but the more you do it, the better of a feel you get for how far the wire needs to be away from the connection point. And finally, we've got the never to be sufficiently damned power door. This one I have not been able to get to work, period. However, RastaLite has, and he sent me a video showing me how he did it. I have not been able to replicate this technique, but I figured I'd at least show his video so that you could see how he did it, and you could try it yourself. So, with the power door, you can see he places the connection point below and then drags the wire up, placing it like normal. Then the second wire, he places it directly on top of the hitbox of the first wire. Not outwards, but upwards. So you have to watch for the wire point on your second wire to turn horizontal. When it does, that means you're on top of the other wire. Back it out until you are at the very, very edge of the hitbox for that first wire point and place it. In his video, that gets it to work. It powers, no problem at all. Like I said, was unable to replicate it. So play around with this. If you get it to work, let me know. Drop a comment. And that's gonna be it for this episode of Glitchslapped by Enra. I appreciate y'all coming and watching the video. Hopefully you found something useful. If you have any trouble getting the technique to work, feel free to drop a comment. And as always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch a video of mine. Like and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And I will see you around the verse, travelers.